Yo, what's going on, boys? It is your man back for a redo review. Now, it has been a minute since the last time I've done a redo review, and I'm coming back strong, I believe, with one of my all-time top 10 Five Nights at Freddy's figures. Rockstar Freddy. Look at this classic, man, from the Pizzeria Simulator wave. In my opinion, probably the peak of Funko Five Nights at Freddy's figures. Now, bringing this guy in for a close look, looking at the back, looking at the bear. I believe this was when Funko peaked. This was wave 4, I believe. Wave 5 was the same wave again, but in black and white. Not black and white, I'm thinking of Ninja Turtles. The same wave again, but in glow-in-the-dark. And then wave 5 was something else, probably didn't buy it. Wave 6, let me just look at the wall. Dreadbear, I don't know. I can't keep track of these waves. They kind of just pump them out. Now, bringing this man for the redo review. It has been a while since I did this guy, and back then, I definitely did not know as much as I know about figures. I didn't know how to, I guess, word it. I still don't know how to word it. My feelings towards Freddy Fazbear are unwordable. I cannot mention what I have for this man. So, moving on to, we'll start with the paint and sculpt on this guy, do a little talking about it. I do believe this was when Funko at their peak again. I think top paint, top sculpt, top everything for these guys, because the paint sculpt on this guy is just great. Of course, it's not the most game accurate, but it is still good enough for the figure. I think the design choices they made turned out pretty well in figure form. This guy is very dusty. It's been a minute since I took him out the shelf, but the sculpting very good, and paint is actually really good. At the time, I believe these were around $10 to $12, and for all you get with them, they were definitely a deal, unlike today, which they're just stealing from you. Now, moving to the articulation on this guy. At the time, this was the best articulation we've ever seen, the most points, the most sturdy, well, yeah, I'd say probably the most sturdy joints we've ever had, and almost the best feeling figures. Yeah, that's not a bad way. So, at the head, double ball peg, so he looks up very far, looks down, not too bad. The double ball peg action goes crazy over here at the head. Any of those freaky poses you want to get, you can get anything with this guy. And again, the figure doesn't look the most game accurate, but I still think he looks good. I think it's a good design they went with. Up to the shoulder, not too bad. All the way around, the joints stick nice and tight. Nothing is loose after years of having this guy. At the bicep, oof, decent swivel, not too bad at all. A lot of these joints are actually extremely tight still, which is surprising. At the hand, just the regular wrist swivel. We've never had anything more on a FNAF figure. This was the second wave to have the waist swivel. A couple in the sister location wave had it. You can see, not too bad. A lot of these I've seen get extremely loose. Mine, not too bad. I got quite lucky with this man, Freddys Fazbear. At the hips, kicks forward, not too bad. You can get the FNAF action poses. Kicks back again, kind of mid. Goes out to the side. Oof, not too bad whatsoever. This was, I believe, again, the peak of articulation, and they only went downhill from here. They started picking and choosing who they'd give the decent articulation to, and then after a while, they said, you know what, we'll upgrade it again, but only for one single wave, and then we'll never bring it back. And that's the point we're at now. These guys, again, no ankle articulation on this man. Still, to this day, I don't think we've ever had a single figure with ankle articulation. Like, you can say, technically, we've had better hand articulation, like the original Foxy had a ball joint on his actual hand, so you get some articulation out of it. But for feet-wise, we've never had nothing, no swivels, no hinges. Lord forbid we had some pivot or anything. That's never happening. But moving on, for the accessories that this man actually does come with, he has one single accessory here, technically one. His nice microphone, nice shiny, looks good. Of course, there's a lot of paint scuffs and damage because I've had this thing for years, and I used to keep them in the bin, like I said. They did not get the best care taken of them, but they've still managed over the time. The paint quality is quite nice on these guys. They are, of course, children's toys, so they're made to survive. He's got his one gripping hand here, then his the boy hand, or just generic standing hand, which I think they could take a word from that now and change it up, you know, because at the time this was a lot different from what we got. And now all they do is this setup is all they do. Gripping hand, straight hand, boom. That's all they need. They never change it because there ain't no need to change it. but there is. Interchangeable hands, imagine that. Interchangeable FNAF accessories, that'd be crazy. Now, moving on. For some comparisons, what I'm going to do here is, ooh, that didn't sound good. I've got that was not me, that was the figure. But I've got a setup of comparisons here, comparing some of the older figures to the newest ones we have. Now, bringing this man, Funtime Freddy, and arguably one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's figures, and comparing him to arguably one of the most iconic Five Nights at Freddy's figures, Lean Trap. Let's go. Just a quick comparison, there's no comparison. Literally, it looks like the Springtrap is some third-party company. They took the original Springtrap, and he got sick coming overseas over here. That man could not make it, and that's why he looks like this. And even compared, I think Location might be the best FNAF wave, because every figure is a hit. The Build-A-Figure is sexy. My boy entered crazy. And another big thing, these waves don't even have Build-A-Figures. I cannot take the no Build-A-Figures. They could have literally... they could have put something from FNAF AR as a Build-A-Figure. They could have put something. I don't know what they could have done, but they could have done something. Because with no accessories, it really feels like you're getting ripped off paying 15 bucks for a figure with no accessories, no Build-A-Figure, and it looks like poop either way. Now, continuing, moving it to the, of course, iconic FNAF has had to have their Walmart exclusives. Now, comparing them here, we got Lefty, a classic, a very expensive figure back in the day, and the Livewire Freddy, everybody's favorite Toy Freddy variation, because who wants the original? Now, even with just exclusives have always been like repaints, maybe slight retoolings. They've never been anything crazy. And I think this really shows it, because this is a figure you would have wanted. You would have thought Lefty is like a perfect fit. That would have been like if they had no Golden Freddy in the first wave and Golden Freddy was the variant. It would have been perfect, which this works perfectly for. It was a great idea. It worked beautifully, and it fit perfect for the wave. Like, the character is someone who everybody would have wanted. He's perfect as an exclusive too. He would be the one you'd expect to be like a chase figure, and it just worked out well. This guy, not so much. I mean, he's fat. I think he is just slight retooling of the VR Toy Freddy. I think all it is the VR headset is not on this one. I don't have that one, and I would not be willing to buy it. Don't start with that now. High score Chica is enough. I do not need that Toy Freddy coming too. But like I was saying, it doesn't really add anything to it. I feel like it is literally just the same. It's pretty much the same figure again, just different color, same character too. Like, I see no difference between VR Toy Freddy and Live Wire Toy Freddy. I don't know. I don't play the game anymore. But even when I did, like, the variations were always just kind of cool, but they were never something more than that. It literally was just a reskin of a character. And it felt, yeah, I guess it felt like there was more back then, but now all we got is this. This is what I think. And now, bringing it in, showing some of the bonuses, I guess you could say, from having this wave. We got the Build-A-Figure, Scrap Baby, and of course, the second wave they did, literally re-releasing this. Now, you may be thinking, how'd they get away with this? What are you doing? Why'd you purchase that? And I'd say, they got me. They released a good enough of a first wave where I purchased the whole first wave. I bought it again in box. Plop that man right there. And then I bought the whole re-release of the wave. And then they even got me again. I bought the whole re-release of that wave in box too. So I think this is all Funko needs to see, to know that all they have to do is release a good enough wave, and then they can still do what they're doing anyway and just re-release it 17 times. And they'll actually get more out of it, I believe, because if the wave is good the first time, you'll be like, that, I'll buy it again. It's worth it to buy it again. It was good enough. It's like how Mayfex released 66 of that one Mayfex Spider-Man. They can get rid of, or they can get away with it because the figure is good enough. So they can release the same thing like 8 times and people will just keep going for it. Which is what they could do with these figures. If they were to make decent enough waves, they could literally do this again and re-release the wave. They could do, if they were to release this wave, instead of releasing wave 1 again in tie-dye, they could redo this wave again in tie-dye. Like, that's the thing. That's what I think. It's just proof with how bad the new waves are, is because, like, they only keep going back and reusing wave 1. Because that's the iconic wave. Everybody loved that wave. First FNAF figures ever. And that's why they keep reusing it, is because nothing can stand up to it. And that's why, in my personal opinion, Funko sucks. Let's go. That's all I really got to say. I wanted to just make another redo review. This is a classic figure I've been thinking about a lot recently for some reason. And, excuse me. Other than that, I don't got much to say. Redo reviews are going to be coming a little more often now. There's a few figures I want to go back and redo because the videos really sucked. So, yeah, stay tuned for more redo review. Of course, more NECA 2-packs coming. I got so many, I could build a house out of them. But, yeah, moving on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a good day.